Renting a San Francisco apartment in the AI boom? Good luck. The artificial intelligence gold rush has pushed San Francisco's residential rents up by the most in the nation, as AI companies lease apartments and offer rent stipends to employees. After Roy Lee's artificial intelligence startup, Cluely, landed $5.3 million in venture capital funding this spring, he orchestrated a San Francisco real estate coup. In May, Cluely leased 8 apartments for its employees at a new luxury complex, where rents start at $3,000 a month and reach $12,000 a month for penthouse units, just a 1-minute walk from its office in the city's South of Market neighborhood. The apartments were a mix of 1-bedroom and 2-bedroom units in the 16-story building, which offers a fitness center, a rooftop bar, and concierge and housecleaning services. Going to the office should feel like you're walking to your living room, so we really want people close, said Mr. Lee, 22, who chose not to move into the apartments and lives in Cluely's office, which is housed in a loft-like single-family home. I feel like I'm more trying to build a frat house, and you don't commute to a frat house. Driven by a boom in AI companies like Cluely, San Francisco's residential rents have soared the most in the nation over the past year. Apartment prices in the city rose an average of 6% in that time, more than double the 2.5% increase in New York City, according to the real estate tracker CoStar. That now puts the average rent for a San Francisco apartment at $3,315 a month, right behind New York City's $3,360, which is the nation's highest. The AI frenzy's effect on rents has put pressure on San Francisco's already strained housing supply, leading to heated competition among techies and non-techies to pounce on listings. Applicants are showing up to apartment tours with envelopes of cash in hand and waiting in long lines to see properties. And the rejections for would-be renters are coming fast. That has raised questions about the affordability of San Francisco, which has long been one of the most expensive U.S. cities. Daniel Lurie, the mayor, has made addressing affordable housing a cornerstone of his policies, while also embracing the growth of local AI companies like OpenAI and Anthropic. Honestly, I've never seen anything like it before, said Will Goodman, a principal at Strata Investment Group, which developed the luxury complex that Cluely leased from. Within 2 months of the development's opening in May, he said, half of the 501 units had been rented. Ted Egan, the chief economist for the city and county of San Francisco, said the city's market rents today are still below pre-pandemic levels when adjusted for inflation. But many service workers who left rent-controlled apartments during the pandemic would now find it difficult to return, he acknowledged. Tech is setting the bar for housing prices, Mr. Egan said. Caroline Roche, 25, a demand planner at Backroads, a travel company, recently experienced the rental scarcity firsthand. She has moved twice in San Francisco since arriving in 2022 for her first job after college. But as she prepared for a third move this summer, Ms. Roche was stunned by how much harder it was to find apartments in her desired neighborhoods. When she and her partner showed up to a property tour in the north of the Panhandle neighborhood, they found 20 other couples waiting. In some cases, she said, she has received same-day denials for her rental applications. It was frustrating to just feel like you're kind of doing things right in life, you have your job, you're paying off your credit card, and you still aren't in the demographic that can afford necessarily what you want, she said. Ms. Roche and her partner treated the apartment hunt as a second job and did 25 tours in a week, she said, before getting super lucky by finding a 1-bedroom apartment in their $3,200 monthly budget near Golden Gate Park. She does not plan on moving for at least 2 years, she said. Landlords used to receive only a few rental applications within a month of listing an apartment, but now are getting 1 to 3 on the same day in apartment lists, said Ryan Shane, president of the Housing Guild Management Company, which manages mostly Victorian and Edwardian-style apartment buildings. It's much easier than it has been in a very long time, he said. Neighborhoods near AI companies, such as Mission Bay, where OpenAI has its headquarters, are particularly popular. Rents in Mission Bay jumped 13% over the past year, according to CoStar. Many techies at AI startups work long hours and want to live close to their offices, said Strata's Mr. Gudma. Flo Crivello, 33, the chief executive of Lindy, a startup that makes AI software, said he offers his approximately 40 employees a $1,000 a month rent stipend if they live within a 10-minute walk of the company's office. 2 employees accepted the offer a few years ago when Lindy was in an office near the Hayes Valley and Duboce Triangle neighborhoods, he said. But he has not had any takers since moving Lindy to an office in the Soma area and is considering expanding the radius. People are so much happier and healthier when they live close to work, Mr. Crivello said. This makes them stick around for longer, perform better, and work longer hours. In August, Taylor Cordoba, 23, who is working on an AI medical technology startup, waited in line at an apartment showing in North Beach as about 15 other people milled around. Ahead of her in line, someone showed rental paperwork to the landlord and offered to pay the deposit on site, with about $7,000 in an envelope, she said. At another showing in Pacific Heights, a person in line showed the landlord a job offer letter, offered to pay the deposit and begged to sign immediately, she said. It was stressful, said Ms. Cordoba, who visited more than a dozen apartments over 2 months. She finally found a 3-bedroom apartment for $6,000 a month with 2 roommates in the Cow Hollow neighborhood. Ia Balbuena, 27, resorted to posting signs on telephone poles around neighborhoods that she wanted to live in during a summer search for a studio apartment. If you or someone you know are moving out of their studio or 1BR, send me a text, she wrote, with an illustration of herself and her 2 cats, Miso and Frida. The signs did not work. But after about 8 tours, said Ms. Balbuena, who works as an office manager at a venture capital firm, she got really lucky and found a studio near Haight-Ashbury for $2,500 a month. The whole process was crazy, she said. But in this climate, it feels completely normal.